WRC has arrived in North America for round 3 of the championship, the Corona Rally Mexico. Rounds gone, the Drivers' Championship is already living up to its billing as one of the most competitive in years. It's on as even between the two favourites, with Sebastian Loeb winning in Monte Carlo and Petter Solberg victorious in Sweden. So, who will win here?
I hope it's me, but obviously it's not just Sebastian Loeb on this rally, it's Marcus and Marco Martin and Tony showing that he is very quick, so it's going to be a hard fight.
Last year it was looking good before we retired because of a stone, and but Solberg was also very fast and he was leading before he had some trouble. So I hope it can be a good fight here between Solberg, me and Marcus.
His early championship leader is Tony Gardemeister, whose consistent start to the season sees him out in front of Solberg, Loeb and company. His sport team dominated this event last year, taking first and second, but Gardemeister is new to the team and new to Mexico.
The stages are very nice for sure, but the problem is, like you told, that it's first time here. Some stages was quite tricky and it's quite difficult to know exactly how fast you can go there, and maybe we lose a little bit of time on that.
Marco Martin was the winner here last year. He's now with Peugeot and has a new boss to impress as Jean-Pierre Nicolas takes over from the retiring Corrado Rivera.
Last year we came here with a good knowledge of tyres and car and everything, so it was easy, but now it's everything new. So first event on track gravel, and I don't know, we'll have to see how it goes on stages.
This is the rally with altitude. The city of Leon, where the rally is based, is 1,800 metres above sea level, and the stages climb to over 2,700 metres.
But even before the rally begins, there are problems for Sebastian Loeb. On the shakedown practice stage, he hits a rock. That damages his engine, and with new regulations this year, Citroën fear a time penalty if they replace it. An unhappy reminder of the episode with that other rock, which ended his rally here in 2004. FIA officials meet to decide what action to take. Their verdict, a $10,000 fine, but crucially, no time penalties. From regulations to razzmatazz at the ceremonial start in the Spanish colonial town of Guanajuato. Final chance for the drivers to enjoy the beauty of Mexico before the battle on the stages. But the parade of cars across the start ramp is led by Loeb on foot. His car, first on the road the next morning on his Mexican debut is Ford's Tony Gardemeister. He's been suffering from flu over the rally, but the thrill of leading the championship is keeping him positive.
Vasen eri plus pidä, jatkuu oikein eri plus aukee, jatkuu poppu eri plus 120, mitkä vasen täys miinus 200.
Next off the line, last year's winner Marco Martin. The Estonian complained in shakedown of low power. Presumably that's less the Peugeot engine than the altitude taking its toll. In which case,
3 plus right, narrow, 5 left. 80, 6 minus right.
It's already been something of a nervy start for world champion Sebastian Loeb. And remember, this rally was one of only 2 retirements for the Frenchman in 2004. No memories. But the Frenchman does set a good time on stage 1.
So worth spending $10,000 on a new engine?
Yes, for the moment everything is working very well. The car is good, the the stages there is a bit more gravel that I thought before, so I think we are cleaning a bit the road, and perhaps behind it they will be a bit faster.
But he soon discovers the car isn't good. He must have hit something to cause that damage, and clearly had no idea.
Rien touché, hein?
Now this could have further implications. There are 2 stages to run before service. This rally wasn't kind to Petter Solberg last year.
30. Line is a stick right of a crest. Keep in and open extra long of a crest. Caution 50, change shot, 1 left minus.
Incredibly fast on the debut
Open
of the
tap long.
2004 Impreza.
Line into 5,
What can
left
the
cross of a crest,
2005
extra
car
long,
do on
keep
its
in of a
first
crest,
outing?
20. Line into cut, early shot,
He's
5.
keeping
Right cross
pace
to
with Loeb.
30.
It seems
6
pretty
right left,
close.
18. Keep right of a crest.
Solberg's fastest so far, by more than 2 seconds. His teammate Chris Atkinson is nominated for manufacturer's points for the first time on only his 2nd WRC event.
Then brake, 7 left
The young
plus,
Australian
then
is looking
6
a
right
little
plus,
uncertain.
open 30, tighten.
But he's still
6,
impressively quick,
30,
just 5.5 seconds slower
8 left
than
open,
Solberg.
30, outspeed 9 right.
Even Marcus Gronholm can't match that. The 2-times world champion is 1.5 seconds slower than Subaru's young gun.
Ja nyppy 2, oikein hidas.
Finn is complaining of a long brake pedal.
5 ja oikealle, vasen
And
hidas.
that is a real worry on a rally like this.
Gronholm is down in 5th on the rally's first leaderboard. Petter Solberg is out in front with his Subaru teammate Chris Atkinson in 3rd. And he'll be hoping to overhaul Sebastian Loeb, who's 2nd, but struggling with that mystery problem.
And Loeb's probably praying for divine intervention as the stage passes the world's 2nd largest statue of Jesus Christ. The problem, for anyone who's listening, is a broken right rear damper. The tyre is now grinding against the damper, causing further damage. He's losing time for more than 2.5 minutes on stage 2.
At the finish line of the first stage, the rear wheel was like this, and so we look, and it was the dumper which is broken, and we couldn't do anything. We tried to fix it like we could do, but yeah, we lost everything.
Loeb and co-driver Daniel Eleanor now have to get the car through stage 3 and back to service. His rivals can only sympathise.
I had your dust at the end of the stage.
Yeah.
And I was low.
On 3 wheels, Loeb loses a further minute on stage 3. It's not been the best of mornings for Skoda either.
Vasen
Armin
4.
Schwartz is off the pace, and here's Yannick Hassanen hitting trouble. He was too sideways on the previous corner and has smashed the front suspension. Hassanen's given the Skoda Fabia its best result to date, 6th in Finland, but there's no way he'll match that in Mexico. All he can do is apologise. Tony Gardemeister doesn't want to have to apologise to his team for a sluggish start. By the end of the morning, he's climbed steadily and slowly up to 9th. The odd mistake, though, hampers his progress. This overshoot on stage 2 cost him 15 seconds.
Pitkä pyöreä oikein. Go.
Francois Duval was 2nd here last year for Ford, and he started strongly this year for Citroën. His priority is a good finish after retiring at Monte Carlo and managing only 13th in Sweden. He's running 3rd overall. Meanwhile, Marco Martins improved on his slow start. Fifth fastest time on stage 2 helped his cause, but on stage 3, he's quickest.
6 right, 36 left, 83 plus right, Eri.
It's his first stage win for Peugeot and lifts him to 4th on the leaderboard, just over a second.
3 plus left.
And Gilles Panizzi in the Mitsubishi is radically improving too. He's benefiting from better handling thanks to the new active centre differential in the Lancer, and is fourth on stage 3. He climbs from 11th at the start of the day to 6th overall, but there's an even stronger candidate for performance of the morning. Despite brake problems and a faulty clutch, Marcus Gronholm is up to second.
Oikein helppo sisältä. 7 oikein.
He was quickest on stage 2 and is less than 10 seconds behind the early leader, Peter Solberg.
Cheap left of a long crest and early fall. Much less long, tightly skid in. To early fall left less up long over water splash.
Last year.
30. Six right left.
Problem apparently solved. Meanwhile, back on the road section, Loeb still limping along. Here's Zara now starting to fall apart. A novel way to travel. Co-driver Eleanor is trying to pull weight onto the undamaged side of the car. But despite their best efforts, they're going to draw attention to themselves. And they have. The police tell them to pull over. But will they allow Loeb and Eleanor to continue? The policeman photographs the damage with the camera on his mobile phone and sends the picture to his boss. During the wait for a decision, a passionate argument ensues. But someone's heard their prayers. They can continue, and what's more, they get an escort back to service.
The Mexican Rally has the only indoor service park in the world, which is normally used as a conference centre. From talking shop to body shop, as the mechanics get stuck in.
After retiring in Sweden, this must be very, very frustrating.
Sure, after Sweden, I really need to finish the race and to score some points, and it's not looking so good for the moment, but we are here at the service. I hope the mechanic here can fix the problem, and I hope we can start again.
In just over 30 minutes, the right rear suspension has to be changed, along with 2 rear drive shafts, the rear differential, the gearbox and the rear bumper. A much calmer atmosphere over at Subaru, where the rally leader is enjoying life in the new version of the Impreza.
Yeah, it went better than I expected actually, because I knew from yesterday that the car was not exactly like I was hoping and feeling, and we did a big step with the car after the shakedown yesterday. Tried it on the road section this morning and it felt quite good, but we're still working with the car.
Is there anything that you feel that you do need to change to get more performance out of it?
Yeah, definitely. I can't go attack with it yet. I can go drive normally and fast, but no attack.
Solberg's lead over Marcus Gronholm is more than 9 seconds, with Francois Duval and Marco Martin just behind him. Loeb doesn't even figure in the top 16. His problem's compounded by a 20-second time penalty for being late out of service.
This is of course a gravel event, but the organisers have worked hard to repair the roads after the winter rains, and their work has led to an incredibly compacted surface. In places, it's more like concrete. And that means it's incredibly fast.
Right to the crest, open 30, right middle of a long crest at 16, keep out of a long crest and now early 5 left last, open extra long, to keep left over extra long crest 30, 5 right plus half long, tightens, opens long, keep in of a crest, into 4 left last, opens 40, flat crest 116,
Pushing still maximum. Now we have to push a little bit, but the car is getting better and better actually. Start to get good feeling, and I'm very pleased with that.
And that's got to worry his rivals. Second place Marcus Gronholm is trying to save his brakes. He's doing enough to hold off François Duval behind him, but drops another 9.5 seconds to rally into Solberg.
110. Ja vasen nopea, paha betoni sisällä. Oikein eriykin nyt ja on.
Back down the leaderboard, Sebastian Loeb is back up to speed. He does, of course, have a great deal of ground to make up. Also up to speed is Ford's Roman Cresta. Not nominated for points, he's here with his new co-driver to gain experience. But he's the highest placed Ford, 7th overall. Malcolm Wilson is beginning to regret his decision to pull in Danny Sola as the team's second point scorer. Cresta now just 10 seconds behind Gilles Panizzi. The Peugeots of Gronholm and Martin are either side of third place Duval in the Citroën, but it's the Subaru of Petter Solberg leading the way. Solberg and his new Impreza already forging an impressive alliance, but how much is this performance down to the driver and how much the car?
Subaru are trying to find more power, but you can see here it's still not a match for the French teams. But just watch Solberg's commitment as he brakes much later at the end of this high-speed section. Now driving like that, it shows that he's making up that lost ground, and that's why he's leading the rally.
So Solberg clearly at the top of his game, but there's still plenty of room for improvement for the new car. Still running second overall, Marcus Gronholm's been trying to preserve his brakes through the afternoon stages, but on stage 6, incredibly, he's fastest.
Because there are such high grip levels on this concrete-like surface, the drivers can brake much harder and much later. This is generating a far greater amount of heat than any other gravel event, which in the Peugeot 307 is actually boiling the brake fluid. As a result, Gronholm is losing braking efficiency and has no option but to brake earlier and earlier. In an attempt to gain extra time, he's making a far greater commitment than anyone else on these high-speed corners to set the quickest time.
Oikee eri sisältä, 4 vaseri miinuskirraa.
Teammate Marco Martin has also been fighting brake problems. But he too seems to be on maximum attack at the end of the day.
3 plus right.
He's less than a second slower than Gronholm. And that is enough to overhaul former teammate François Duval. The Belgian is nearly 9 seconds slower than Martin, and he loses third place. It's a disappointing end to the day. But it's been a superb day for Subaru's Chris Atkinson. He's new to the highest level of the sport, but is running 5th overall, ahead of some of Rally's far more familiar faces.
Opens flat crest, go 800. What? There we go 800, hug long 7, go 800 now.
And one of those familiar faces, tarmac expert Gilles Panizzi, has been performing well on his less favoured surface, but it looks like he's been in the wars. And things get worse. He damages the front suspension and drops down the leaderboard. There's trouble ahead too for inexperienced privateer Tobias Johansson. The young Swede's got a great opportunity to prove himself in a WRC Subaru, but he's too late into the corner, and that was a big impact.
Items 1 plus. And
Johansson's paired with seasoned co-driver Kai Lindström, who starts asserting his authority.
2 plus left. Brake, 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 brake! Listen to me now.
The car has lost suspension, and the co-driver is losing patience.
We need to stop. Short 4 right over
So,
crest.
who exactly is in the driving seat?
Yeah. Over here. Stop, 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 stop. On the side, you are in the middle of the road.
Another driver not entirely at ease, Ford's Tony Gardemeister. But it's illness rather than inexperience that's the problem for him. He says he's very tired after the morning stages. And perhaps fatigue is a factor here.
Ja rauhassa.
But whatever the cause, the fact is he's incredibly lucky to still be in the rally. So far, Petter Solberg hasn't had to trust to luck. The car is better than expected and he's driving perfectly. Despite losing 5 seconds to Gronholm on stage 6, he still ends the day 20 seconds ahead of the rest.
There's a great battle developing between Francois Duval and Marco Martin for third place, just 3 seconds between them. But at the end of day one, it's Solberg and Gronholm who are hogging the headlines.
Like Sweden, it's you and Petter again, but this time you have to keep it on the road.
Yeah, I have to keep on the road, and but the main thing is now, yes, to score points, on some good points, and then also for tomorrow to get the car okay. I mean, it's not really nice and safe to drive now.
It will be very interesting 2 days now. Everything can happen on this rally. It's very, very tricky.
Solberg won't be fooled by his rival's comments. He knows Gronholm's attacking instincts are bound to show through on day 2. Day 1 will be remembered for the moments when mobile phone technology allowed Sebastian Loeb to stay on the road. It's only the second time a WRC event has been held in this part of the world. And after last year's successful rally debut, the locals have turned out in greater numbers to watch the top cars and drivers in action.
Day 2 of his first gravel rally in a WRC car, and Chris Atkinson is showing Morris in Rousset.
1, go, 160, 10 left, 60, 6 left, plus, 40, long, 7 right plus, don't go wide, brake 30, 6 left in tight, 4 plus, 50,
straight through that dip,
open here, 50, 6 left,
the young Australian sets
don't go wide, brake 40, narrow, 3 right,
is looking secure in 5th place.
Then 4 right plus open, then unlock 5 left uphill, and
one year younger, but with many more runners behind him, Citroen's Francois Duval is 2 seconds faster. He proved his ability over an impressive first season for Ford last year, and is hoping to start to show his true colours with his new team. Marco Martin took 3rd place from Duval on the final stage of day 1. And now he's looking to extend his 3-second lead over the Belgian.
left uncut. 33 minus left uncut.
But he's going to be slower.
150 crest.
And he's actually lost
jump.
3rd place.
50, easy left. Marco clears.
He's now 2.1 seconds behind Duval. Martin's teammate Marcus Gronholm had a remarkable drive on the first day.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Vasen nopea.
He struggled with failing brakes but still held
5
second
ja
place.
oikein pitkä eri miinus. 4, vasen pitkä hidas
There are
kirra.
sections of this stage which are bumpy and rutted.
7 ja vasen nopea yli nyt.
Just watch how Gronholm uses the camber of the road to close the inside line and keeps in the ruts made by the earlier drivers.
Oikealle vettä 3 ja vasen hidas.
It's a neat performance. But even so, it was still not right for the Finn.
Marcus, you're pumping the pedal. What was it like?
Yeah, same as yesterday. Very nice.
Rally leader Petter Solberg starts day 2 high in confidence. He was first here last year and is coming off the back of a win in Sweden.
Line into 4, right minus, opens long, tightens, 2 minus, tightens, opens, 40, 6 right plus, deep into the crest, opens, to short, 6 right, 60, keep left of the crest, 60, 6 right left.
So Duval and Martin swap places, and championship leader Tony Gardemeister has climbed his way back into a point-scoring position after the trials and tribulations of day one.
It is, of course, Gardemeister's first time in Mexico, so the land will be as foreign to him as rallying is to the locals. The road sections take these $750,000 rally cars through remote, less prosperous villages, where the money spent on a single car must be beyond anyone's wildest dreams. But even so, the natural vibrancy of Mexico's far-flung villages still adds an extra splash of colour to the spectacle of this most adrenaline-fueled motorsports. Away from the more traditional travel arrangements of the villagers, the very 21st century Citroën of François Duval is going well in third. After two disappointing rallies, he's now in a strong position to score points for his team.
Poste gauche 60 fermes cachées, 60 fermes cachées, sur droite à fond pour gauche 60 ouvre.
But that was a big impact. He's hit some kind of bump wrong.
Léger droite ferme 60 en jump, surtout pas corde.
Just 2 seconds behind him overall, coming into the stage, Marco Martin.
Left, 33 left.
Second in the Drivers' Championship,
And 3
Martin
plus
too
right.
is eager for a strong
30
result
caution,
here.
3 left.
He's clipped the same rock, but with far
3
less
plus
force,
right tightens to 2
probably
plus narrow.
causing far less damage.
Jump narrow.
The Estonian is aiming to better
130.
Duval's time, to claw into his lead if not overhaul him. And it looks as if he'll be
100.
considerably faster. Yes, by 13.7 seconds. Martin's back in
Marco
third
clear of
with a
stage.
good lead. Ahead, Marcus Gronholm's putting in another impressive drive. He's said that he's not trying to catch Petter Solberg, but he's very fast here. So the rally leader has a fight on his hands. He knows the Finn has flown through the stage. And remember, he has a lead of 21.2 seconds to protect.
Middle of a crest, 150. Shot 6
He's
right.
already slower than Gronholm.
Jump.
But how much
18.
time will he lose?
Flat left of a crest.
7.1 seconds slower, a third of his lead disappearing in a single stage.
No split at the end.
Further down the leaderboard, in sixth, Roman Cresta is heading a quartet of Fords. With Danny Sola, Tony Gardemeister and privateer Anthony Warmbold behind him. He's clipped something there, and whatever it was, the car is certainly not handling properly now. It turns out he's broken the steering arm. He struggles through the stage, but calls it a day on the road section. Also on the road section, Marcus Gronholm has decided to take matters into his own hands, ease his brake problems.
Marcus, you're doing a mechanic's job. Yeah, it's necessary because the pads are gone after one stage. So now we can keep them. We can keep going quite okay.
Gronholm's tactic obviously worked on stage 8, and he'll be hoping it works on the next stage as he looks to close the gap on Solberg even further. Danny Sola is now the leading Ford after inheriting 6th spot from the stricken Cresta. Sola's only in a focus here because he pestered and begged Ford boss Malcolm Wilson to give him a drive. And that determination seems to be paying off. Until he loses time with a damaged tyre and no spares left after 3 earlier punctures. So, having been out in the shadows, Tony Gardemeister is promoted to the spotlight. Though he too suffers a puncture, he loses less time and leads the attack for the team. As for François Duval, his strong progress is considerably slowed since that impact with the rock. It turns out he has some guard problems, which means he'll be losing oil and have to conserve the car.
Sommet sur gauche 70 ferme en frein, pour droite 40 surtout pas corde. 40 surtout pas corde.
All of which is good news for Marco Martin.
Easy left.
He's now the victor in that race for third place. He takes another 12.5 seconds out of Duval to finish the stage more than 20 seconds ahead.
56 right at dip 4.
Flying high out in the lead, Petter Solberg had his problems too, sustaining minor damage. He's better off than many and even wins stage 9, inching further away from second best Gronholm.
Keep right to the crest, 22 left minus half long.
It's looking good all round for Subaru. Solberg's young teammate Chris Atkinson has been a revelation in Mexico. He's shown great potential and pace.
Long 9 left open. 100 long 9 left open. Tight, cut 9 plus.
But all good things come to an end.
60. 9 right, tight, slow 8 on
Looks
grid,
like he's struggling to
cut
steer the
6 left
Subaru
plus.
over the slippery gravel.
Open 100.
He really does appear to be
very
having
long 9
difficulty
right,
cornering.
then
His
cut
5th place now in
9
real
left plus.
jeopardy.
120. Off the tire. Very long 9 right plus, got 17k to go. Very long 9 right plus, cut end, then cut. Supervision from Glenn, we've broken the power steering and we've got 16k to go. And long 7 left, cut 7 right, open straight, third tight, 4 plus,
to finish the stage
6 right,
with no
minus.
steering.
50, late long 4 left. Then 8 left, open. Off the wheel. Can we go or not? No. Supervision from Glenn, we've damaged a wheel. I think we've taken a right front wheel off. And we're 12.9k to the finish.
Despite this disappointment, the team do know he does have the talent they glimpsed in Australia last year.
Just a bit unlucky, I guess. Same place Loeb had his problem last year with the sump, I believe, and flat out over a crest and bottomed out the front and lost the power steering, and we drove for, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 7k with the power steering loss.
Power steering failure proving terminal for Atkinson, but Francois Duval's damaged sump guard can be replaced, while the driver reflects on the loss of 3rd place to Marco Martin.
Martin is quite very fast this morning. The surface is really slippery. The road is more twisty as well.
Are you finding the conditions more difficult than you thought?
Yeah, sure, it's really difficult. Every stage is difficult here.
Despite regaining 3rd position, Martin is not too happy with the brakes or the suspension setup on his Peugeot.
Need to do quite a bit of changes to the car. It's sort of okay, but I knew already before the rally that we can make it even better. I mean, we need to have the correct conditions to test on, and hopefully we can make it really good.
Martin is 26 seconds behind 2nd place Gronholm, but before he thinks about attacking his teammate, he'll want to consolidate his 24-second advantage over Duval.
But Duval's renewed hope is short-lived. All's not as it should be. He's forced to stop on the road section.
Just after the service park, the wall pressure, some flashing very low, and the water temperature is really high as well. And it's not possible to continue. I not take too much risk because this engine for New Zealand.
Engine failures caused by sump guard damage are now becoming a worrying trend for Citroën. A trend that can be traced back to Sebastian Loeb's retirement in Mexico a year ago. His only other retirement in 2004 in Spain was also caused by the same thing, a rock piercing the guard that's supposed to protect the engine. The most vulnerable part of the car's underside is the sump pan. This is full of oil, so protection is provided by a carbon fibre or aluminium plate. It's usually around 1 centimetre thick and is fixed to the chassis of the car. The teams want to keep performance as high as possible, so they don't want the sump guard to be too heavy. But if it isn't strong enough, the consequences are disastrous. Loeb had to change his engine after sump guard damage at shakedown before this rally. And now his teammate has paid the ultimate price.
Is this a major problem for the team, which in the past has been so reliable? I mean, sump guards seem to be a big issue here.
It's difficult to say this because, you know, this rally is it looks like a very smooth rally, but sometimes it's harder and more rough that the more rough rally that we have in the championship. It's very difficult to have a good analysis about this problem.
But there is some news to brighten Guy Flecalin's day. Sebastian Loeb powered back into the rally after the disappointments of the morning on day 1. He started day 2 with the fastest time on stage 7 and his second fastest here.
Plus en cuvette au frein, pour attention gauche en plus milieu. Et droite 60 plus tard.
And with that, he moves back up to the points.
Et droite 40
Higher up on the leaderboard, Marco Martin has benefited from Citroen's problems. With Francois Duval out, he's secure in third and can afford to back off.
70 crest, 5 left, tightens to 4.
Ahead, his teammate Marcus Gronholm is still battling his brakes. So that surely means that rally leader Petter Solberg is under less pressure. But the Norwegian seems to find it hard not to give his all every single kilometre. Over this first section of the stage, the Subaru's doing more than 170 kilometres per hour, so sit back and enjoy
Keep
the
right
ride.
of a big crest, 40, 6 left bus, opens 80. Keep right of a back crest and flat, 6 left bus, extra long, keep in of a crest, 80. 6 left bus of a crest long, opens of a crest, extra long, opens to keep right of a crest, 50, early 5 left bus of a crest, 30, 4 right minus, 32 right minus, opens extra long, tightens very narrow through, gate tightens, 20, short hairpin left, opens 6 right bus, 18.
Blistering pace and an unbeatable time. Solberg wins the stage and extends his lead to nearly 24 seconds.
No change in the top 3 with the 2 Peugeots trailing Solberg's Subaru. Championship leader Tony Gardemeister benefits from Duval's retirement and is now 4th, his best position since the rally began.
In the battle of the Fords, Danny Sola has moved back up to 5th overall. The young Spaniard hoping to prove his persistence was well founded by bringing forward a decent point score. But he smashed into the wall, that cut bouncing him across the road. It's a massive accident, but both Sola and co-driver Xavier Amigo walked away with nothing more serious than bruises. Tony Gardemeister has once again shown that consistency pays off. The championship leader reports suspension damage though, and drops half a minute on stage 12. That gives Mitsubishi's Harry Rovanperä a chance to take advantage. The Finn moves up to 5th and is just a second and a half behind Gardemeister overall. On a day with a high attrition rate, the man who suffered on day 1 is regaining lost positions. Sebastian Loeb said he was relishing the challenge of fighting his way back into the points. He's done that and more, another fastest time, and he's up to 6th. In second, just ahead of his teammate Marco Martin, is Marcus Gronholm. Gronholm, like Martin, seems secure of his place, and both are under strict orders to maximise the team's championship chances by getting their 307s home in strong positions. As for Petter Solberg, it's been another good day under the Mexican sun.
150.
He's once again shown a perfect balance of professionalism and
line into early half 4, right plus a gap. Half long, keep in 30. Early 5 left.
He's led the rally for all 12 stages and ends day 2 nearly 30 seconds in front.
There's one day still to go in the Mexico Rally. There are only 2 stages in the final day, but the drivers do have to negotiate the longest test in the entire championship at nearly 45 kilometers.
Petter, the end of what's been another very, very good day for you.
Yeah, it's been very good. It's just this little bit with the brakes and the engine on the mid stage this morning, where we lost 6-7 seconds to Marcus. But everything else has been absolutely perfect.
Marcus Grönholm says tomorrow he's just going for points. You're allowed to win, no problem. This time, surely you do believe him because he's desperate.
I believe him. I told him that before the rally, that he should be happy with second.
Two more stages to go on the Corona Rally Mexico. So far, Petter Solberg's avoided the ruts and stones that have affected so many of his rivals. But can he hold his nerve and keep his car on the road through to the finish line?
So, just 63 kilometres of Rally Mexico left to drive, and second on the leaderboard is Marcus Grönholm. He's overcome brake problems to hold his position since stage 2. He's had to adapt his driving style, but has kept up his pace, winning 3 stages. But he hasn't been able to threaten rally leader Petter Solberg. The new Subaru is looking good for a maiden victory. The challenge for Solberg now is to keep focused and keep safe.
Line into 6 left minus long over crest, keep steady.
In third, Marco Martin's heading for his 2nd consecutive podium for Peugeot. Last year's winner here, of course, and set for another strong finish in the Mexican mountains. His team will be content if he and Grönholm bring their cars home in these positions.
Right side is the 4 minus low, long.
But Sebastian Loeb is the man making the moves. He tumbled to 18th on day 1, but has climbed back up to 6th and is closing in on those ahead of him. He believes 4th place is a realistic ambition. Judging by his pace here, he's putting pressure on 5th placed Harry Rovanperä. The Mitsubishi driver says he's been surprised how well the Lance has gone on the twisty sections, and he has hauled himself into the points. Just 1.4 seconds ahead of Rovanperä is Tony Gardemeister. It's been a controlled drive, but he needs more fight to hold off the attacking Rovanperä. He can't do enough though, and is 3 seconds slower, dropping to 5th.
So Gardemeister and Rovanperä battling each other, while Sebastian Loeb stalks the pair of them just 26 seconds or so behind. The top 3 look fairly settled, but it's impossible to predict who'll finish in 4th, 5th and 6th.
This is what that 26-second gap looks like on the road. Loeb is effectively starting a 44-kilometre race with a handicap of more than 600 metres. This is a long stage, of course, and Loeb has been consistently faster than his 2 rivals over the past 2 days, but can he catch them?
This stage contains all the attributes of Rally Mexico. Really fast sections, the steepest climb in the event, and it's narrow and twisty in places. At the speed they'll be going, there's danger everywhere. Loeb's capable of beating Gardemeister and Rovanperä comprehensively, but it's going to be really tough.
Now, here comes Rovanperä. He's approaching the midway split, and remember, Loeb has already gone through here.
Well, he's already slower. The question is by how much. Wow, look at this. Over 21 kilometres, Loeb's already 13 seconds faster than Rovanperä. This could be really close.
But what about Gardemeister following both of them onto the stage?
Oikein. 200. Tai oikein eri plus ehkä kirraa.
Well, Gardemeister is not as fast as Loeb either. It couldn't be any closer between him and Rovanperä. That battle's still on. But Loeb's got both of them in his sights.
Back at the stage start, no such pressure for rally leader Petter Solberg. He probably should have won here last year, and he's got a great chance to make amends in 2005. But let's get back to that big battle for fourth with Sebastian Loeb approaching the end of the stage.
Yes, he's driven brilliantly. One far to go. And that's an incredible time. He's done all he can do. Now he can only wait and see what times Rovanperä and Gardemeister can manage.
Now, with your time in here, it's fourth place.
I don't know if it's the fourth place. We have to wait that it's confirmed, but that I gave everything I could. Like if the rally was only this stage. I was pushing from the start to the end, and I've done a good stage.
So Gardemeister and Rovanperä are still out on the stage, but what do the split times tell us?
Well, over the second part of the stage, Rovanperä's been much quicker than Gardemeister. He's going to have to settle for sixth position. It's a disappointing performance from him. Not far to go for Harry. This is going to be really interesting. No way, he's not good enough to hold off the world champion. In one stage, Sebastian's moved up 2 places to finish 4th in Mexico.
Marco Forristo stayed okay.
To put this remarkable drive into context, if the 3 cars battling for 4th had gone into the stage exactly level, by the end, Loeb would have beaten Rovanperä by 860 metres and Gardemeister by nearly 900. No last day heroics for Marcus Gronholm, but there has been drama of a different kind. He's reported a problem with his drive shaft at the start of the stage. Well, things look good for him, and second place will be his, scoring 8 points that he desperately needs. That's it, he's done it.
Stage is clear for Marcus.
But from start to finish, this rally has belonged to Petter Solberg. The Norwegian heading for a second consecutive win.
Nearly 2 right minus Titans. Opens at 50. Yeah! You got him! Fantastic. Yeah! Well done. Really good. Very good.
It's really good fun. Really good fun. The car is getting better and better the whole time now, and really happy, incredible. I just so pleased. I was so nervous before the rally. So nervous, and I was not really I was not really happy with the car before the start. And to go and win this rally like this, really good fun.
Solberg's winning margin 34.5 seconds, with the 2 Peugeot drivers joining him on the podium. Sebastian Loeb picks up an extra 2 points for that performance on the last stage. We'll have to wait till the end of the season to find out how important that could be.
Congratulations on a fine victory and leading the championship now.
It's really good. It's really good. The whole team is just so intact, you know. Everybody is just doing the job up to 110% to where the aim should be, and you know, everybody is on top form, and we're gonna stay like this the whole year now.
3 rallies gone, and we've already had 3 different leaders in the World Championship. Solberg takes over from Tony Gardemeister, who slips to 3rd behind Marco Martin. Peugeot's strong showing here means they jump above board at the top of the manufacturer's table, a far cry from their woes of 2004 and a great start for their new team boss.
It is the result and the work of the team, of the technical team was done between 2004 and 2005, a lot of work to give this car the maximum reliability she didn't have last year.
Next up on the WRC calendar are the fast and flowing gravel stages of New Zealand, set in spectacular scenery. Peter Solberg will be looking for a hat-trick of victories to cement his position at the top of the pile in the World Rally Championship. Join us next month for all the action, and in the meantime keep up to date with all the latest news on WRC.com. See you in New Zealand.